Hello, my name is Annette Dufty, and I'm the artistic director for the Tellico Community Playhouse. I'm so glad you're watching us today. I'm here to talk to you. We're here to talk to you about the Tellico Community Playhouse's latest offering, which is The Puzzle with the Piazza. And before I start talking about the play, every time I tell anyone the title of the upcoming play, I get the same question: what is a piazza? So I'm going to tell you, it's an open town square, and it was a public meeting place where all the activity happened in Italy, in this town square. So now you know. Today I have brought two of our actors from the show to talk to you about it. Terry Colquitt, who is playing Althea Whitland, and Sue Mertens, who is playing Maddie Plachette. Hi guys, thank you so much for coming.
Hello.
I'm just going to jump right in and ask you, Terry, I'll start with you. What made you want to audition for this play?
I'm glad you asked, because honestly, I didn't know anything about the play. The Puzzle with the Piazza, I didn't know anything about it. My main reason for auditioning for anything at Tellico Community Playhouse is because of the quality of the playhouse. And I'm not just blowing smoke. This is true. You know, I've worked in a lot of playhouses around Knoxville and Nashville, and the quality is, you know, above par. And the crew and the people, everyone's volunteer, but everybody's got the project to do. Everybody's got the art piece to put together, and it's just a great family environment. So I thought, I'm going to go audition for this, you know. I've auditioned for others, you know. I might not get cast. It doesn't matter. It's the opportunity is to come and do it.
It is there. It is a top-notch theater, I've got to say, and I have seen a lot of them. So you're absolutely right. I agree.
Yeah.
Sue.
Yes.
What made you want to audition for this show?
Well, I was in the Christmas play, and you were the director, and I loved it. And this is my 10th play, and I've not done other plays in other theaters, but I just every time I come, it's just like you said, family. You get to know the crew, you get to know all the people you get to know the actors, and you just look forward to coming and being a part of it. So my husband got me the script actually for this, and I read it, and I fell in love with the character of Maddie, and I said, I've got to try to go for her. I just have to keep my fingers crossed that maybe I can pull it off. And so I am so excited about playing Maddie Plachette.
We are so excited that you're doing that role. Terry, let's talk about your character for a minute, Althea Whitland. Mm-hmm. Can you describe her a little bit? Without giving a whole lot away, but I think your character's fairly basic. Carry on.
Yeah, she's the elder. I wouldn't say she's the centerpiece, because everyone has such a great pull and workings in their roles and the characters. But I would say she is game on.
Uh-huh.
You know, she's her world is a rec room, and so she pulls people together through games, and she's a little bit conniving, maybe a little bit, you know, manipulative, but she's not over the top, and she's very sweet about it, but I think she might know what she's doing.
Ah, that's interesting. I find her to be a very warm character, and you're playing that beautifully.
Thanks.
So, Althea moves from being sort of world weary of life, and she moves into this place of being rather enthusiastic about her future, where we hadn't seen that before. Mm-hmm. So you're doing that well. Let me ask you, do you feel that Althea is a catalyst for a couple of the other characters who actually make changes in the show?
I do. And it's evident, and I think almost right off the bat, because of who she is and the circumstances that have made her weary. The circumstances that have put her in a place that she thinks perhaps it's game over, and now there's an opportunity, and she can go back into the recesses of the way she's gone about being a mother and a wife, and how she did maybe made some mistakes, but now she has an opportunity to get it right, and she can change her perspectives and then be a catalyst for everybody else. So in terms of game, I think she's all about, as the elder, she knows where they are. She's experienced where they are, so she can help kind of mold their perspective about the way they're looking at things. And so for her, the win is to help them get what they want and need. So it's not a competitive game for her. It's a pulling in, and embracing and putting
more of a coaxing sort of thing.
Catalyst coaxer.
I noticed that she gets bolder as the play goes along, which it is very indicative of her repossessing her life that she had pretty much signed off on, expected to lose it all when she moved. So I want to talk to you about your character. She's so unusual. Did you have a hard time connecting for portraying this character? Did you have a hard time connecting with the character?
I don't think so. I think that she just kind of came through me. There's an empathy for her. She's very vulnerable. And I think that we all are in certain areas of our life, and this is a vulnerable time for her. She's going through some major changes in her life. Althea becomes very important to her. And I just enjoyed her look at the world. She's unique, she's different, and I like playing that. Yeah.
Well, that was actually going to be my next question. Have you enjoyed the challenge of this role? Because there's no denying that this is a challenging role.
It is. It is challenging. And certainly, this is the first time I've played anyone like her before. I mean, I've played grandmothers and I've played regular people. Maddie is not regular. Maddie is kind of off the chart a little bit, and so you have to kind of stretch to get to her. But I like the stretch, and I trust that if I go over the top, you're going to say to me, pull it back, or you're going to say to me, I need more, because you see Maddie, I see you doing Maddie a little bit more, and so that's the challenge, is to play her bigger. I tend to play her a little bit more down, and I probably need to pump up the energy.
Right. Well, would you agree that any character is a bit of a challenge to pull yourself out of it and make it totally the character on the stage?
Sure. Yeah, because in one of the plays that I had to use a little bit of an accent, and you don't know if that's going to go over, right? Do I sound right? Do I not? Is this, But I pulled from my grandmother. I said, I'm going to sound like my gram, and that's what I tried to do.
Nice.
So, but yeah.
How about you, Terry? Are you, do you see any of yourself in this character? Do you feel connected to her on a personal level? Or have you separated yourself from that as the actor that you are?
Both.
Both.
Connected in terms of some of the circumstances match up, some of the things in life match up, because it's about relationships and how, a mother is dealing with things. But in terms of separating myself from her, just developing who she is, her characteristics, her manner, her way of thinking. I'm not necessarily as forward-thinking as Althea. I'm not necessarily as on my game as Althea, but she's always ahead of everybody.
Well, let me ask you this. What would you hope the audience would take away from this performance?
I think the relationships and being, everybody comes to all relationships with their own perspective on what it's going to be, what this is going to work out. We're going to dinner, oh my gosh, that's going to happen. What's going to happen again, or whatever. And I think the takeaway, particularly through one particular relationship with Althea's sister, the real goal is to be flexible with people. And the takeaway is relationships have to be massaged,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you can do it.
Yeah.
You know, this can happen if you just persevere.
Yeah.
And persevere. You know, if your end game is to win the relationship.
Very nice. Sue, tell me, why should people come to Telco Community Playhouse to see this show? Why not do something else? Why come here?
I think because you're going to walk away with the feeling of family does not have to be blood. Family is connecting at different levels. And I know there's a lot of people here in Tellico who have left families, they've retired here, and you find another family when you relocate. And that's pretty much what we did. I mean, we in our basement, people are strangers, but then in the end, we realize how important it is to bond together as family. And like you said, if you work at it, at the relationship, you can get there. It takes effort, but you can do it.
I love the relationships I'm seeing on stage, the unraveling of the puzzle, the mystery of the puzzle, which is, that's life, isn't it? And you guys are working out these beautiful relationships on stage. It's really nice to see. So folks, I hope you'll come and see the show. Please, if you have any interest, there are all the jobs. Anything that is your passion, I can guarantee you we need you there. So please come to the show. Please talk to us about being involved and come play with us. I want to thank the Tellico Village Network. Thank you guys so much for making this possible, for allowing us to share our passion with you. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.